you where the fish are.
Triple! Get in there!
Ooh,
that's a nice fish.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you where the fish are.
Hey everybody, Chris Schaefer with Pautzke Outdoors. We're back in the great state of Alaska, and guess what? We found a bright sunny day with fairly calm conditions to go a little bit off into the Gulf of Alaska and go after Yelloweye, go after halibut, and go after Lincod. And it's going to be a pretty amazing fishery out there today. Now, we're headed out of Valdez with Valdez Outfitters, and remember, when you go out of Valdez, you go out of Seward, you go out of any of these areas, you have longer runs than you might expect. But what those long runs give you is an opportunity to catch an endless amount of these ocean fish. We're going to show you how easy it is to head right out to the Gulf of Alaska and catch a lot of these bottom fish and come home with some great meat and have a blast while you're doing it.
There we go, running down. It may be away. I may just snagged him. Wouldn't be the first time. But here he is. Fuck him out.
Bam!
There you go.
So that's not that big for you, huh?
That's not a giant Lincod, but it's a nice Lincod.
Yeah.
Eat really well, 40 inches. Out of Valdez, we run all the way out to the Gulf of Alaska. It's a little bit of a far run, but it gives us the advantage of getting out there and having great fishing, having all kinds of Lincod and halibut. And we run anywhere from 60 miles, and sometimes on beautiful weather, we run out to 100 miles.
Might be a better one. Off the bottom.
The Lincod fishing is by far one of the funnest things we have to do. We get out there, you're sitting there being active, jigging on the bottom. You hit the bottom and boom, you got Lincod on half the time. They're all over the place. I mean, our average Lincod is still a really nice fish, 30 pounds, but we get up into the 50, 60 pounders all the time.
Oh, woo! Come on aboard, big guy. One of the great things about coming to the Gulf of Alaska is this is just an average Lincod. Where California, Oregon, Washington, this would be one heck of a fish. Here, it's just another day, another fish, and we're gonna go get his daddy.
For our Lincod fishery, there's a Lincod right there.
Is that a Lincod?
Lincod.
That was, I never even went to the...
That's ridiculous.
First drop on this new pinnacle. Got a big grub with a blue fire brine soaked herring going right back down to the bottom. This is a better. Is
that a halibut or is that a ling?
We'll find out here in a minute.
It's a howling.
It's a howling.
There he is. And another double.
This one's right back on the bottom here. Trying to keep him out of the motor.
You guys keep getting doubles. I don't get the fish. Come on, bring that thing in.
All of our Lincod and Yelloweye fishery is really looking for structure. They're all structure-based fish. That's where the bait is, and that's where those big fish are. They're hanging out around the edges, and they're looking to eat anything that comes off that little bit of rock pile or a little reef or whatever you're looking at.
Oh, there's one following it. There's one following.
Oh, dude, there's a tool. No way.
Yep. We're out here in the Gulf of Alaska using blue fire brine herring on some of these big grubs, on some of these larger jig heads. These fish are unmatched to anywhere else in the world. Nothing like them.
Oh, going back down, going back down. There we go, there we go. Whoa, he thinks he's a
Come
little
on,
bigger.
Spray.
I might have underestimated him in the beginning when I said it wasn't too big. Kind of one of the fun things of using these light rods for Lincod, you can actually have fun fighting them instead of using big giant halibut rods all the time. Enjoy the fish fight. Nice fat fish. So these are kind of the average Lincod that we get in the Gulf of Alaska. It's not a giant that we get a lot of the time, but you know, they're absolutely wonderful eating fish. They're a lot of fun to catch. Probably bigger than most places you'll ever see, but it's kind of average here, but man, they are fun. These things are crazy eaters, man. They eat everything that's down there. They're one of the apex predators. If it can fit in that big mouth, it's going down. Whole salmon, greenling, octopus, whatever they can grab, they eat. We start up our fishing right in the middle of May, and we run all the way through to Labor Day. And the halibut fishing is absolutely phenomenal. May, June into July. Lincod opens up July 1st, and we have great Lincod fishing through the rest of the month. It's a great combo to come in August when you get some Lincod and some halibut and salmon at the same time.
Get a little leverage going.
There he is. Mr. Chicken. Oh,
Yeah, he looks small.
I had a feeling.
Chiclet. You want to kiss your chiclet? Hey, there's a Washington fish. Look at that.
Yeah.
Is that a record down there? What we do for our charters, I mean, we're going out further and our goal is to catch big fish. We're not there to try to catch the first 2 fish and come home. We're there to try to catch 100-pound plus halibut. Every time that we go out, that's our goal. I mean, most of the times we're looking at getting 1 or 2 big fish every trip we go out.
This one's gonna be better than my chicken.
There he is. It's a little better than...
It's keepable.
A little better. Hey.
Better than 10 pounds.
Better than 10 pounds. Most of our halibut fishing happens in anywhere between about 80 to 150 feet of water. We're not fishing real deep. We're looking for gravelly bottoms where the halibut are in there feeding.
There he is.
You know, with Valdez being easy access, and then I think we have better fishing than a lot of places. Might have to run a little ways, but we have nice calm weather a lot of times inside the sound, and then we get out into the Gulf and get those great fish. Oh no, we got a little black bass on. Basset. There we go. Little rockfish, black bass. There's one. Oh, that's a little better. I think overall it's just the diversity. You know, it's nice that we get everything on a trip. You know, a lot of places you go, you might only get halibut, you might get some Lincod. It's great that we can get everything on one trip. You know, we get the halibut, we get the Lincod, and we get the Yelloweye.
Yelloweye, nice Yelloweye.
Our Yelloweye fishery is absolutely phenomenal. We're getting big fish, we're getting 15+ pound Yelloweyes, and it's really nice because our fishery is still strong. We're actually allowed to keep 2 a day, which is one of the only places in the state you're still allowed to get a couple of them.
This one died.
Thing hit like a freak, right? Hit the bottom, bam.
Oh, dude.
Man, these are some great Yelloweyes. These are big Gulf of Alaska Yelloweyes. Best tasting fish in the ocean right there. Nice white, sweet meat.
What a shot. Okay, you guys saw us use a lot of bait today. We tipped our jigs all day, and if we didn't tip our jigs, we were fishing for halibut or lings towards the bottom, we simply used full herring that are scented and soaked. The reason why it's so important to do these things is we're in Alaska, and obviously you want to create a scent trail. It doesn't matter if you're a rockfish, you're a lingcod, you're a halibut. These fish are very scent oriented. The more and the stronger and the more potent scent you can put out there, the better chance you're going to have of catching a lot of fish. So how did we do this today? Okay, we found a 20-pound box of herring. Basically dumped it in this cooler, and what we did is we took Natural Fire Brine and Halibut and Rockfish Nectar, and we simply dumped them in there, okay? You can't be chintzy, unfortunately. What has to happen is, remember, we're talking about 20 pounds of bait. So it's very important with that 20 pounds of bait that you scent them well. We recommend overnight scenting. So the night before you're gonna go out fishing, go out there, make this. We used almost half a dozen bottles of Halibut and Rockfish Nectar, but that's enough for your entire boat and up to 2 days of fishing. The reason why we add Natural Fire Brine is, remember, it's gonna get warm throughout the day. You don't want those herring getting mushy. You want them staying tough and actually staying on the hook. So we used an entire bottle of Natural Fire Brine, and sometimes up to 2 depending on how much bait you're curing. But go out there, get your Natural Fire Brine, Halibut and Rockfish Nectar. You'll get more stronger scented bait, and you want that smell that these fish want. You'll catch a lot more fish.
One of the most common rigs we've been using for just a straight bait itself is about an 18-inch leader with a circle hook. And the way this is rigged is you take the circle hook and you initially put it through the head of the herring, bring it out, and then bring it into the back of the herring. Once that's there, slide the herring up onto the hook, and there's your completed rig. Now the next common rig we use is a grub, and what we do with these is we tip the actual grub itself with our herring. Take the herring, insert it right there through the gill plate, move your trailer hook down a little bit, and that'll lay flush on your bait, and that's an attractor plus the scent of the herring itself.
Show me the orange. No, it is a quillback, I think. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Quillback, that's a big quillback.
That's a huge quillback.
Woo! Look at the size of that bad boy. Mr. Quillback. Do not touch him because it will hurt.
Here we go. We have no idea what this one is. It's got some weight beside it. Oh, and it's going back down. Thought we were gaining ground. That's what happens when you think.
It's
There it is.
I see it, it's a ling.
You know what I don't understand? How people will come to Alaska and don't think this is a big lingcod. You know, where I'm from, I've never seen one this big before. Maybe it has something to do with those brine baits there, who knows?